You ever get that feeling like love's a scam? Like somewhere along the way we all got tricked? Sold this idea that someone was going to come along, see all your cracks, and not flinch, that someone would hold your heart with both hands and whisper, "Don't worry, I got you." And then they just don't. They hold it with one hand, scroll with the other, and when it gets too heavy, they drop it, and you're left on the floor again, picking up pieces like it's your fault you broke. It's not that you're unlovable, it's that you tried to be loved by someone who wasn't ready. And I mean really ready. Not just, I like you a lot, ready. I'm talking, I've done the work to not ruin you, ready. See, people love to talk about love, post about it, daydream about it. But when it comes time to show up, to actually be consistent, emotionally available, communicate, whew, that's when the Wi Fi cuts out. That's when they start blaming their ex, or the stars, or their job, or some vague thing like timing. Bruh. You were in my bed last week talking about forever, and now you're ghosting me because Mercury took a left turn? Please, let's talk about half-ready people. Because that's who most of us are out here trying to love. People who want the feeling, not the responsibility. Who want to be chosen but don't know how to stay. Who crave connection but flinch every time it gets real. And I get it. Life be lifin'. We all got our traumas. We all got trust issues. But here's the thing. Love is not a rehab center. It's not a halfway house for broken souls to detox on your affection. You can't heal someone by loving them harder than they love themselves. You can't teach someone how to love you if they're still confused about how to love themselves. And you shouldn't have to. You ever dated someone who said all the right things but made you feel crazy anyway? Like, they told you you're special, you're safe, they want you, but then disappeared for 3 days because they needed space? That's not space. That's emotional hide and seek. And you're not 5 years old on a playground anymore. You're not here to beg someone to come out of their emotional hiding spot. You are not here to prove you're worth staying for. That's what half-ready people do. They dangle love like it's a prize you have to earn. And they'll give you just enough to keep you hungry, just enough affection to keep you waiting. And it feels like love because it's intense, it's chaotic, it's up and down. But that's not love, that's anxiety. That's your nervous system doing backflips. That's your inner child trying to win someone over who should have been solid in the first place. And let me say this louder for the people in the back. If someone makes you question your worth more than they make you feel safe, that's not love. That's emotional gambling. You're putting your piece on the table and hoping they don't roll snake eyes. And maybe you've convinced yourself that if you just give more, they'll finally love you the way you deserve. But that's the trap. Half-ready people take and take and take. And when they finally leave, they swear it's because they weren't enough. Nah, it's because they weren't ready. And deep down, they knew it. But they liked how you made them feel. They liked the mirror you held up. How it made them feel like maybe they could be whole. And when they couldn't meet that reflection, they bounced. And now you're here, tired, bitter, questioning love altogether. And I feel you. 'Cause same. You know what's wild, though? Sometimes we're the half-ready people, too. Yeah. You ever dated someone who genuinely showed up for you and it scared the hell out of you? You ever pull away from someone just because they were available? Because they didn't make you chase them? Because they texted back too fast and liked you too much? And didn't give you that little sting of uncertainty you've gotten used to? That's when it hits you. We've romanticized inconsistency. We've turned emotional whiplash into chemistry. We've confused anxiety for passion. And we keep chasing these halfway people thinking they're our soulmate, when really they're just another lesson in why healing has to come before the relationship. Not during, not after, before. Because when you haven't healed, you crave people who confirm your wounds. When you don't believe you're worthy of stable love, you'll chase people who make you prove yourself. And when it doesn't work out, you'll say, "See? Love isn't real, but love's real. You just keep trying to find it in people who aren't. Let that sink in for a second. You're not unlucky in love. You're just overcommitted to trying to build something solid on a cracked foundation. You're trying to make a home out of a hotel room. You're loving people who treat commitment like it's a costume, something they put on when it's convenient, not something they live in. You ever notice how the ones who say, "I'm just not good at love," are always the ones doing the most damage? Like, sir, you're not bad at love. You're bad at accountability. You're bad at honesty. You're bad at communicating when you're overwhelmed instead of ghosting like a damn magician. There's no magic trick to being ready. You just decide. You face yourself. You unpack the hurt. You stop blaming your past and start breaking the pattern. And yeah, that shit is hard. But you know what's harder? Loving someone who's half ready, waiting on someone who's not sure, giving your whole heart to someone who's only available in pieces. That's what breaks you. Slowly, quietly, in ways you don't even notice, until one day someone tries to love you right, and you flinch, you tense up, you overthink it. You start bracing for the drop because you're used to love being a cliff. That's when you realize how much damage half love does, how much it teaches you to settle, how much it rewires your brain to chase chaos because chaos felt like home for too long. And if you've ever had someone look you in the eye and say, "I love you," while actively proving otherwise, then you know what I mean. That shit stays with you. It makes you doubt what's real. It makes you guard your softness like it's a liability. It makes you start saying things like, "I don't trust love anymore." And I get it, I really do. But maybe it's not love you don't trust. Maybe it's yourself. Your ability to choose better. Your ability to walk away the moment you realize someone's not ready. Your ability to not let loneliness lower your standards. That's the real work. Healing is not just about feeling better. It's about choosing better. It's about recognizing red flags the first time, not the fifth. It's about understanding that peace should not feel boring. That stability should not feel like a trap. That love, real love, should not make you feel small. Half-ready people will drain you while calling it connection. They'll take your light and call it love. But love doesn't take. Love gives. It shows up. It holds space. It communicates. It commits. And if someone's not doing that, they're not ready. No matter how much potential you think they have. Potential doesn't pay the emotional bills. Potential doesn't show up on your hard days. Potential is just a pretty excuse for you to stay in a place that's hurting you. And let's be real. Sometimes we stay because we're scared that if we leave, we won't find better. But listen to me. Being alone is not the worst thing. Being with someone who makes you feel alone, that's the real hell. So, yeah, maybe you've been burned. Maybe you're jaded. Maybe your heart is held together with duct tape and coping mechanisms. But that doesn't mean love isn't for you. It just means it's time to get real about who you're giving it to. It's time to stop offering forever to people who only want right now. It's time to stop romanticizing the chase and start valuing peace. Because here's the truth. The love you're craving, the deep, safe, soul-level type of love, it can't come from people who are still afraid of their own reflection. It can't come from people who don't know how to sit with their own emotions. It can't come from people who are more committed to comfort than growth. That love, it starts with you, with how you talk to yourself, with how you choose yourself, with how you stop making excuses for people who don't show up. And when you do that, when you finally stop trying to be loved by people who aren't ready, everything shifts. You stop begging, you stop chasing, you stop shrinking. You start standing in your full, messy, magical self and saying, "I'm not here to audition for love, I am love." And that kind of energy, that draws in people who don't just see your light, they protect it. They add to it. They come correct. So if you're listening to this and your chest feels tight and your eyes feel hot, and you're thinking about someone you know you should have walked away from a long time ago, let this be your sign. Let this be your permission slip. Let this be the truth that shakes you awake. You don't have to earn love by being convenient. You don't have to dim your light to keep someone else comfortable. You don't have to bleed just to prove your heart still works. You've done enough. You've given enough. You've waited long enough. And now? Now it's your turn. Your turn to be seen, to be chosen, to be loved, fully, deeply, without conditions, by someone who's actually ready. And until that person comes, be that person for yourself. Because if you keep settling for halfway love, you'll keep missing out on the real thing. And you deserve the real thing. Always have. Always will.